We are here in San Francisco meeting our America's Greatest Otaku candidate, Gina Gallego. So what got you into otaku culture?
Probably Sailor Moon. It was on TV, and I'd go home and watch it, and I thought it was the greatest thing ever. And I started, collecting other titles, and I got really big into that, and starting buying figures and things like that. Then after that, I started working so I could afford more things. So that escalated to like figures and dolls.
So do you consider that you have had an addiction?
I can't say it's an addiction. I mean, maybe some will, but I think it's a lifestyle being, otaku, appreciating the art, but it's the same as like people who collect paintings or sculptures. I mean, I don't see the difference in that.
How many items overall would you guess that you've collected over the years?
A lot.
Any idea?
I have to say in space, but probably I could fill this whole area.
What about financially? If you can't put in a number of items.
I could buy a house, probably.
You think you could buy a house?
Or at least a pretty good down payment, I would say. I mean, I've been collecting since I was 12. That's like 15 years, so it's pretty crazy. On average, I probably spend $1,000 on anime-related stuff.
Right.
In a month, on average.
In a month, on average. What's the most you've ever spent on one item?
That's tough. Maybe the dolls for now, because I mean, they're crazy. They're like $1,000.
These little dolls here that I love?
Yeah.
So this doll here, let's just watch I break her. So she is worth $1,000.
No, not her. I think I paid $700. But this one,
she's cheap.
She's cheaper. And then this one is the more coveted one, I guess.
Yes.
So that's $1,000.
She's the one. Look at this. I have $1,700 worth of dolls sitting on my lap right now. And do the clothes come with the dolls?
They do, but they, again, their clothes are also limited. So these dolls are probably more well dressed than I am.
I noticed that you've got an incredible amount of autographs.
Like, I go to a lot of anime conventions actually, and it's great that we can interact with a lot of guests from Japan, and they have autograph sessions, or if I guess if you go to a meet and greet, you can talk to them, say hi. If they're nice enough, they'll draw you something. I like getting them because I appreciate it, and I think this is one of the best things you can have if you certainly love a show.
So, well, you have Takeuchi Naoko,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, of course. Sailor Moon, gotta get that. I mean, it's one of my favorite shows. I have Clamp as well.
Oh, you do?
Yeah,
all four?
All four.
That's cool.
And I guess for Cardcaptor Sakura, that's a script signed by all the main seiyuu.
Seems to me that not only are you someone who collects, but you also are involved in the actual community itself.
Yeah, actually I was a member, I went to UC Berkeley, so I was a member of the anime club there, and we actually had put on a convention. Now
you also have lived in Japan, right?
Yes.
Before you went to Japan, you were into it, and then afterwards you got into it again even more.
Yeah.
Did you have a different perspective on things?
Yeah, certainly, because you're there. I kind of appreciate more what goes into it. Now I'm kind of like, I gotta support anime more in money. Maybe that's why I buy so much, because the animators themselves don't make a lot of money out of the product.
So Gina, you obviously are hardcore otaku.
I am.
Do you think that you are America's greatest otaku?
Definitely. I mean, I'd like to see somebody who can beat me.
We're here in San Francisco at the Cartoon Art Museum. We get to interview today the director of the museum, Summerlee Cashier.
Hi.
Today we have Team SNS, Stephen and Sully, and I'm actually going to let them, for the first time, do their own interview.
How did the Cartoon Art Museum get started?
The museum was started in 1984 by a group of collectors. They had been collecting artwork, but they thought, well, we need some place to put it. Where can people actually see this artwork? So they actually formed a nonprofit museum. The collection has over 6,000 pieces in the collection. There are larger collections of cartoon art, so we just deal more with exhibiting and not as much with the storage, because there's a lot of artwork out there.
What exactly do you exhibit at your museum?
Just last year, we did an exhibit of Coraline, which
wow.
we had the stop motion, the puppets and all the artwork, the pre-production stuff. We just had an exhibit of Batman that featured some Japanese Batman. The Japanese licensed the Batman character in the 1960s from DC, and so they actually created their own Batman with their own artist and their own writer. Jiro Kawada was the artist, and we had some of the original artwork here, and it's been produced as a book and translated into English, so it's now available in the United States, but it's for the first time that this kind of artwork has actually been available in the United States, so we're kind of proud to be able to offer that. We did Drawing the Sword, which is a traveling exhibit we had last year of representations of samurai in manga and anime, but it goes back to the old ukiyo-e prints that they did and the representations there and how that translated.
There are some cynical people out there who say that cartoons can't be art. What would you say to those people?
That's pretty much what we're here for. You know, a lot of people are familiar with cartoons, but they don't know the artist and they don't know how it's created. And we're really here to represent the artist and the medium and to show this creative aspect. A lot of artists have academic training and then they go into cartoon art, they do their own comic strips or animation, and it really is, for us, it's a fine art. So it's really one of the things that we really work hard at educating people about. I think when people see the name Cartoon Art Museum, they first think kids. But then when you come in and you see it, you realize that cartoons affect all of us and all of our lives, and we're all touched by them. You know, most people know either Disney or Peanuts, you know, but there's a whole world of cartoon art that for all different kinds of people, and hopefully we represent them all pretty evenly.
From your experience as a director of a cartoon art museum, how would you define otaku?
The straightforward definition I've heard is sort of just a geek or a nerd, you know, so, but there's also a sort of a derogatory meaning of otaku, sort of a shut-in. And so, you know, I think the modernized word is sort of more towards the geek and the nerd and less towards the shut-in. And I think all of us have a little bit of otaku in us, basically. You can't help it. Some of them, you know, push it down, and others of us let it flourish. And, you know, yeah, I'm definitely among the nerds.